G'day. Alright, next project, I'm going to recycle this old wobbly cabinet. I'm going to raise it off the ground where I have chopped off the lower level that was damaged from some flooding. Okay, I'm going to use up all these pallet offcuts, which I have heaps of. They're dirty, they're ugly, but they're going to be perfect to make up some nice legs.
Alrighty, g'day. So again, this is just another dirty pallet project and to use up a heap of offcuts that I've got. So the normal cleanup routine, glue and clamp and all that good stuff. This is just a base frame for an old cabinet that I want to get back into action, but it's not a bad little frame that you could build for some other purpose. I don't know, a fish tank stand or whatever, just something to get whatever you have off the ground. This is a very quick and easy frame and one you can pretty much have a crack at. You don't have to do all this flattening, squaring. You can literally just glue or even screw 3 dirty old pallets together and you've got yourself a set of legs. A bit of hand joinery, using whatever you have, and you can achieve pretty much the same result, because keep in mind, at the end, you throw a bit of paint on, it's going to come up a treat. Right, so my square posts, they're all cleaned up, so I'm now going to square off the edges. I'm then going to set myself up a bit of a stop block so I can then cut all 4 legs to exactly the same size. Just like that. It's a beautiful thing. Now, so I'm cutting a lap. It's not really a half lap because it's nowhere near halfway. So I'm going to cut these laps on 2 sides, which I'm then going to be able to attach my cross rails. So they're not getting any cuts in them. So I'm not really sure what this joint is called, but all I'm trying to do is increase the gluing surface and provide some more strength around these corner joints. So I do it with a table saw and a bandsaw. Both of these cuts can be done with a hand tenon saw, circular saw, or whatever you have. But basically, you're going for this appearance here, these little posts on top, and that's going to allow me to then sit the cross beams directly on there, a nice stable surface for a bit of glue and screw action. Right, what are we doing now? Okay, making my own stock because I don't have any long pieces. Just going to glue them all together, pretty rough, pretty dirty, and I'm going to clean them up later. I'm using my router just to rip off the rest of this flood damaged section because that was quicker than pulling the whole cabinet apart. Worked just fine. Okay, so here's my stock that I just did glue together. So I can take it over the table saw and rip it down to the appropriate size that matches up with the rest of the build. Alrighty, so what's next? Okay, so I've just taken the measurement off those posts directly themselves, set the table saw, run it through, and it should be good to go. Okay, I'm going to take the next few measurements off the cabinet themselves. No need to measure, mark one eyeball, get everything lined up, and cut it to size, and then we are ready to start putting this basic table together. Alright, here we go. Let's check out how this joinery works. Okay, so bit of glue, clean her up with the old brush, stick it on there, grab your square, clamp, check square, clamp, check square, drill, countersink drill, twice, and again, check square, just in case. And then we can put the screws in, clamp off, check square, another screw in, retighten that one, check square, more screws, check square. Check square again, just in case. Do the other side, don't forget to check square both sides. Then we take it over so the glue can dry, and check square, just in case, while we moved it. Okay, and here's another view of how it worked without me being a dickhead. Please enjoy. Okay, with the end pieces made, I can then put my longitudinal rails on. And again, it's sort of a half lap, but not really. I don't really know the name, doesn't really matter. It works, and I'm pretty happy with how it's going to turn out. So it's starting to come together, and this is all very exciting. I don't know what else to say. Okay, here's another very exciting view. This time I'm putting the other side on. Clamp, glue and screw all these corner joints, and the basic frame is pretty much done. Oh Jesus, rude head alert. Okay, so here is the basic concept. Basic frame to lift this damaged cabinet off the ground. And all it needs is a clean up, bit of paint, and maybe some support framework. We'll see how we go. Yep, no, definitely needs a support framework. It was already there in the last clip, and it's still there now. I just glued and screwed that stuff in as well. Quick sand, bit of bog, cover up those holes, and then we're gonna paint. Beautiful. Done. Almost. Okay, so with that frame done, you can choose to tap out now if you want. I'm pretty much going to strengthen up the rest of this cabinet. I'm going to put some backboarding on, give that some paint as well, give it a sand and clean up, bog up some holes to make it a reasonable piece of timber, because it was a recycled old bit of plywood that came off a box from work. So it was pretty ugly. So there, a bit of spack filler in the big knotty holes because they were going to stand out like dog's balls on a canary. Alrighty, so with that done, I'm pretty much going to screw it to the back, which is going to provide all that squareness and stability to a pretty dodgy cabinet, okay? And it's going to work a treat. Okay, quick rehash, bit of white paint again. It'll cover up all that corner joinery beautifully. So there we go, self-explanatory. Happy. Okay, again, just using the router to whip off the end. I actually forgot to cut the length to size before attaching it. No big deal. Then I went ahead and just pre-drilled all the holes and screwed it into position, and that portion is done. Okay, I just want to let you all know that no sphincters were damaged in the making of this particular clip. But it is time to kick this thing out of the shed, and again I'll have some more floor space to get on with some more fun projects. Alright, so I got this thing in the shop now. It's my wife's shop. I am just going to drill straight down from the top. You could probably do pocket holes or the like from the bottom, but there is some drawers about to slot in over the top of this, and I'm more than happy to do it this particular way. Okay, drawers, here they come. Check it out. I definitely did not make those. Not a fan of drawers. Not a fan at all. But because I don't make drawers very often, I do get to miss out on this part where you open and close all the drawers and show everyone that they actually work. But I'll just never get to experience that. Anyway, I'm all done here. Again, this is an upcycled project to avoid throwing that cabinet in the bin after it was damaged from some flooding. Right, that's it. Thanks very much for watching along. Really appreciate the support. I am on Instagram. If you want to come and say g'day over there, I am at Dana Design. Catch you later.